Okay. What's the quickest way to happiness? Come on, you're used to me now.
Go to ice cream shop.
Go to ice cream shop.
Just be happy.
Just be happy. Keep smiling. Thinking? Are you all thinking? Quickest way to happiness.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Give more. I thought you were going ice cream shop.
Chocolate chip.
Buy ice cream, buy whatever.
She is quick, huh?
No expectations.
No expectations.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Try to be at peace.
Just be at peace. That's it? Happy
Yeah.
at the moment? You thinking? Good. Upanishads tell us we are Sat, we are Ananda, we are Purna. But that's not what we feel. But if we were feeling complete, Sat, like when you've just eaten and you've eaten things you like, it's important that you ate what you like and you've eaten enough, then you don't want anything more. Even if somebody offers, I'm good. But even if you've eaten and you've eaten enough, but it's not what you like, then we'll go looking. One small chocolate, soft, nuts, this thing. Why? Not satisfied. Because this wasn't tickled. Tongue wasn't tickled, then we're not satisfied, so we're still looking. Even though we're full, huh? This feeling of wanting comes from the feeling of unsatisfied, or maybe another word for it is feeling of empty. This feeling we all have, something's missing. Something's missing, something's missing. I don't know if this happened here, but during COVID in Hong Kong, pretty much I think something like 70% of all the families got a puppy. And I was like, what's going on here? Why during COVID suddenly everyone got puppy? Something's missing. What's missing?
Human connection.
That we haven't figured out. Only something's missing. So when we're young and something's missing, then girlfriend, boyfriend. That must be what's missing. Young. Then you get one of those. Something's still missing. Then one chunamunu has to come. Or two chunamunus. Then puppy. Because that seems to be what's missing. Then the feeling something's missing is still there. So we look for what could it be? Maybe job, maybe hobby, maybe travel, maybe guru. I'll have random people come to me because I live in an interesting part of the world. Will you be my guru? You don't even know me. Like, have you even heard one of my talks? Saw your YouTube clip. That's enough. Why? Because something's missing. What's missing? I've tried everything else. I don't have guru. Guru must be missing. We can't figure out what it is that's missing. The scriptures also explain to us that there's this wonderful creative force called Maya. This word Maya is so fascinating. What's Maya? Jaldi.
Illusion.
Illusion. Maya. Maya is Maya.
Other than Sat.
Other than Sat. Other than Sat would be Asat. No? Yeah? You don't have to agree. You can disagree with me. I was just thinking out loud. So Maya is Asat? It's a trick question. I will warn you when it's a trick question, okay? But when it's an easy question, I will not warn you. Then you should answer. This is a trick question. He's looking scared. It's Asat only. Maya is Asat only.
No, Maya is illusion.
Maya is illusion.
Asat is that's something that's not true.
So illusion is different to something that's not true?
Huh?
Illusion is something different than that's not true?
Well, there is something we haven't figured out. Could be, could not.
Is that what the word illusion means? I'm pretty sure if you ask the Oxford Dictionary, that's not what Oxford Dictionary would say. What would Oxford Dictionary say the word illusion means?
Maybe something like magic, which is make believe, which is maybe not real.
What would it say?
It would be like a mirage. It's an illusion. It's not there. It appears to be there.
It appears to be there. It's an appearance. Okay, so Maya is illusion. We're not sure if it's Asat yet. Anything else do we know about Maya?
It's got us in
Forced
this.
attachment.
Huh?
It's a forced attachment.
It's a force to
For attachment.
for attachment. It's what causes attachment?
Yeah.
Maya is the cause for attachment. You think so? Huh? You can think so. Everyone's allowed to think whatever they want to think. I might question it, but you can think it. Something else about Maya. Volumes are written on Maya. Come on, guys. Nothing else?
It's Bhagwan's power
Bhagwan's power.
and it's a veil.
It's a veil.
Transient.
It's transient. It is subject to the three gunas. Very good. That is a technically correct answer. Three guna atmika maya. It is subject to the three gunas. This is why I like Maya so much. How can someone like Maya? Because she's so fascinating. And actually, you like Maya more than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live on it. You're far more fascinated than Maya. But Maya is many, 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 many things. Maya, one of the many things is forgetfulness. So there's avarana shakti, which means I forgot. That's all. That's all it means. I forgot. It's like on your computer and you just clear screen. And then everything that was there, I forgot. When does this happen? When do we forget? Trick question. When we're not focused? Good answer.
We are not aware.
When we're not aware. You're thinking? You're not thinking. Doing good job. Okay, 2 more answers, then I'll tell you. Because you're not going to get it. Come on, quickly. Think.
When your attention is outwards.
When your attention is outwards,
You don't give priority to whatever that is.
you don't give.
Priority to whatever you got.
Oh, you're getting pretty close. I might have to eat my words. Anu, get it right.
I couldn't hear her.
She said when we don't give something priority. We forget something when we don't give something priority. Which is absolutely true. It's true, right? We're forgetting all the time. What are we forgetting? So much. Right at any given moment in time, we forget we are blessed. We forget how much we have. Because we forget how much we have, we feel empty. Thinking, I don't have. And something's missing. And what's that's missing? And then I want. And then I want. And then I want. What's the quickest way to happiness? Remember how much you have. Gratitude. Happiness, the quickest way. Gratitude is the quickest way to happiness. We'll do it now. Okay? If you have pen and paper, then use pen and paper. If you don't have pen and paper, use your phone. Go on airplane mode and use your notes section. And within 1 minute, I will stop watch time here. Within 1 minute, you're going to write down 10 things that you are genuinely grateful for. Don't just write it for writing its sake. Right? Actually, you feel grateful for having it in your life, then only you should write it down. Okay, so we are stop watching timing and you having 1 minute. Start now. if you finish 10, you want to keep going, keep going. Excellent. That's 1 minute. Did everyone get 10 things down? Did everyone get 10 things down?
Yes.
Yeah.
No?
Close.
Close to? Not? You didn't get 10 things down?
I think I was trying to do in order.
Oh, what you're most grateful for.
Yeah.
Did you get at least 7 things down? Everyone got at least 7 things down?
I got only 6.
You got only 6? How do you feel? Like, look at your list. Look at the things you're grateful for. Hopefully they're genuine things. How do you feel?
Satisfied.
Good? Satisfied?
Blessed.
Blessed? Full?
Full.
Even with just 10 things, huh? Huh? Less than 10 things and still full? Interesting, y'all didn't get 10 things in 1 minute. Ah. Were you overthinking it? Because I said you had to really be grateful, you're thinking, am I grateful? I don't know if I'm grateful. I don't know. Did I stress you out? No, I meant don't something like, you know how sometimes Faltu mein we'll say, I was grateful there was no traffic, I was grateful for. Huh? Forgot. You forgot what you're grateful for? Look how powerful Maya is. Exactly. That's exactly what we do. We forget that we are grateful. Why do we forget? It's just Maya. What is Maya? We see something shine and we get attracted to it. What is it that's shining? Anything. With this younger generation, they're so into shoes. Like before it used to be a girl thing, right? But it's not a girl thing anymore. Oh my God, these guys are so into their shoes. And I'm looking at the shoe thinking, I'm not getting it. It's Paduka Puja. Bilkul nahi Paduka Puja. They're so much into these shoes. I was living with this family and they were 2 teenage boys, well, youth, chicks, they're already chicks. They were like 22 and 23. And they were staying up at night, and then I was like, just because you want to, and they know, actually I have to work, I really should go to sleep, but I have to stay up tonight. I said, is the soccer on? No, the soccer's finished, Swami. So why are you staying up tonight? Is it someone's birthday? Do you have to wish them at midnight? No, nobody's birthday. The shoe is being dropped. What shoe is being dropped? Why do you have to stay up for the shoe being dropped? Because it will only go on sale here in this end of the world at some time during the day, and it will only be available for 20 minutes. And so people on that side of the world where I live are staying up for that time where it gets released in this time of the world, so they can buy it quickly because it will drop. So you have to catch it. So I was like, such dedication. I love this level of commitment. Will you come to Chick Camp?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I have to see. Can I let you know closer to the day? But so much dedication to buying the shoe, huh? Why? Because it looks shiny. And so much good marketing done. And it's only available for 20 minutes. It must be really good if it's only available for 20 minutes. What's it made out of? The same thing all the other shoes are made out of.
But the price is so high.
And what does it look like? Probably just the same as all the other made in China shoes look like. One something slightly different will be there. Shiny. Depending on our vasanas, something will look shiny to us. It won't be shiny to everyone, it will be shiny to us because of our vasanas. And then looking at that something shiny, we forget. Now literally here, it's not even a joke. This family who I was living with is very well to do. Those bachas, at least minimum, would already have 35 shoes. What have they forgotten? They already have. I saw this, what is it? It's like I guess a reel, an Insta reel. It was very fascinating. It had people walking around wearing all the things that they had. So they wore one pair of sunglasses and then another 3-4 sunglasses on top of their head because they own 5 sunglasses. So if you had to actually wear all 5 sunglasses and walk around, it will look so ridiculous, right? Like you only need one. But you own sometimes more than that. Sometimes just 5, something like sunglasses. And then their watch, they had like 8 watches. And with the shoes, what they did is that it was tied to the shoe and it was trailing them. So sometimes it was like this long line of shoes trailing. Did you see this reel? And it was about how much we have that we don't need. Because now there's this new awareness of a group and they call themselves minimalist. All of you all have heard of them. Like stop wasting and collecting. The planet has finite amount of resources and no need to waste. Value the amount of resources we have on this planet and use what you need. Nobody's saying don't. But you don't need 30 pairs of shoes and 8 watches and 5 and so the person had all, right? They are wearing all the 5 sunglasses and they're wearing all the 8 watches and all their shoes are trailing behind them. And it was just so, when you see it, so, what's the word? Excessive. And at that moment of buying, even if we just think, I already have so much, we won't buy. And sometimes with children, parents will try to create good habits in them, and so they'll allow them a certain number of toys, especially like in Asia where places are so small. So you allow 15 toys, and now if you want a new one, you have to give one away. Don't we train our children to do this? And then, do we? Are we so conscientious? Even so simple that we forget that I already have so many. and we buy the next one. And sometimes it's even you go to supermarket and you buy the next thing and you come home and you open the drawer to put it in and you think, oh, I had. Now where to store this extra one? And you all have big houses here, so you all store it somewhere. The minute the feeling of I want comes, it's because I've forgotten that I have. The practice of gratitude is so easy. It's so easy. And it's so incredibly effective. I remember once in a satsang with Puja Guruji, he was talking about japa, and he said, because it's easy, people don't value it. Because it's easy, people don't realize how effective it is. People want something complicated, then they feel they're doing something. And I was thinking, really? Wouldn't we want the easy thing? Like we're always looking for shortcuts. But no, we don't believe it's effective when it's easy. And this is true with gratitude as well. It's so easy. And then we forget to practice it. Because Maya is strong. Quickest way to happiness is gratitude. And so, homework to all of you for the rest of the week. I'm sure you've done this already. Have you kept a gratitude diary? No? Okay, we'll make it simpler for you. You have to get a gratitude buddy. And then you start a separate chat with you and your gratitude buddy. So no other messages are there. And every morning, you're going to message 3 things that you're grateful for. And every evening, you're going to message 3 things that you're grateful for. And the reason you're doing it with a gratitude buddy is to make sure that you do it, because then the buddy will be like, oi, you didn't send your message yet. And to make this really fun and effective, do it with someone that's not in this room. That way, Gurudev's vision, reaching more people. And it's something that's so easy and simple, right? Anybody will happily do a gratitude challenge with you for a week. So 3 things in the morning that you are grateful for, 3 things in the evening that you are grateful for, and you cannot repeat. One whole week, starting tonight. So you have to find your buddy tonight. Good thing I'm not finishing at 9. This composition by Adi Sankaracarya, Dhanyashtakam. In Sanskrit, the word for gratitude would be Kritanyata, which Puja Guruji has written a beautiful composition on Kritanyata, dedicated to, not about gratitude. Kritanyata is dedicated to Puja Gurudev, and it's Guruji's gratitude to Gurudev for all the work that he did for all of us. But this composition by Adi Sankaracarya, Dhanyashtakam, doesn't have that word Kritanyata, but the word Dhanya means blessed. And if you take a little bit of liberty, it means grateful. Actually, the word blessed is very difficult to define. What does blessed mean? I have grace. I have protection. I have someone looking out for me. Something like that? I'm not even going to ask you because it's actually really hard to find the word blessed. Even if we say bless is when we feel Bhagwan's grace upon us. What's grace? Even grace is a very hard word to define. Bhagwan's grace is being able to feel His presence, His love, His infinite intelligence and strength. And then that sounds so abstract. Grace is like opening a portal into infinity. And even that doesn't do justice to what the word grace means. Dhanya. Dhanya is the sense of feeling I am and being so incredibly thankful that I have. With dhanya, with gratitude, maybe there isn't a sense of reverence, but with the word dhanya, there is that little bit sense of reverence. But in today's world, it's grateful. In today's world, the modern generation uses the word blessed sometimes in a slightly different slang way. And so I try to stick to the word grateful. That hasn't been corrected yet. But words have, maybe not this side of the word, but it's an Instagram, hashtag blessed, right? Yeah. So it has that sense of, look at me, I'm so lucky. Which is not what blessed means. But the minute a word has a connotation, then you can't fight with it. So just leave it. Gratitude. Gratitude embodies all of dhanya. And so, who does Adi Sankaracarya think is blessed? He tells us in these 8 verses. And Pujya Guruji has written this fabulous commentary on it. And it's one of the first texts I did with Guruji. The first time I met Guruji, he was talking on the Ramayana Balkan in a yajna. And so incredibly sweet to listen to Guruji narrate the Ramayana. And the next time I heard Guruji was in a camp, and this was, so I guess the first Vedantic text I heard from Guruji was this wonderful little book here. And I'll be honest, I don't remember what he said. Because I was on seva duty. It was also the week I was getting graduated from my psychology degree. And so I still had to go running back to university and get all the things, come back, and it was such a fun week. It was also the week I decided to join the Brahmachari Vedanta course. So my mind was really somewhere else. But whatever Guruji said in these classes definitely touched me. Because here I am. Swamini of Chinmaya mission, following in his footsteps. We'll chant the first verse.
I'll try.
You'll do better than me. Tadjnanam prashanakaranam yadindriyanam Tadneyam yadupanishatsu nishchitartam Dhanya paramartha nishchitah
शेषास्तु ब्रह्मनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः
शेषास्तु ब्रह्मनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः.
Is there a Bhumi there?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bhuvi
he is
there.
there.
There is a Bhuvi.
Bhumi in the last one?
No. Te dhanya bhuvi paramartha nishchiteka.
Yeah.
Te dhanya bhuvi paramartha nishchiteka. Sheshastu brahmanilaye paribhramantah.
शेषास्तु ब्रह्मनिलये परिभ्रमन्तः. तत् ज्ञानम् prashamakaram. Prashamakaram is quietness. That knowledge, that jnanam, that quietens indriyaha, the sense organs. That jnanam, that knowledge again, is jneyam, worthwhile knowledge. And then this person is dhanya. Which person? The person that has this knowledge that quietens the senses. And then Adi Sankaracarya ji goes further to say, and if the person is not striving for this knowledge, then Brahma Nilaya. They are wandering around in delusion. So who is blessed? That person who acquires knowledge, that quietens the senses, and then even further, yat Upanishadsu Nishchat Artham, and understands the depth of the meaning of the Upanishads. So, as I was mentioning, today now on Instagram there's hashtag blessed. And how do they use it? So they're sitting in 5-star hotel in the Maldives and then must take selfie and then must post that in the Maldives and which hotel and then hashtag blessed. Would Adi Sankaracarya agree with them? Adi Sankaracarya's favorite word, Muda. It was Puja Gurudev's favorite word also. Gurudev loved calling us idiots and fools. Like sometimes when I'm watching his tape, I almost count how many times he calls us idiots and fools, and it's like, wow. Within a span of half an hour, that's like 20. He really didn't have a high opinion of us. It's like, we're trying, your Gurudev. We're listening to you. No, Buddha. We feel blessed when we get the things we want, right? Work really hard for a promotion, got the promotion, hashtag blessed. Because definitely you have to tell the world you got a promotion. Or you buy something new, car, house, blessed. We feel blessed when we attain things. Adi Sankaracarya is saying that the attainment of things is buttressing in delusion. You know, sometimes your flight gets delayed. Actually, your airports are not so big. But Sometimes when your flight is delayed and then now you have like suddenly 2 hours extra, 3 hours extra, and then you just keep walking to all the shops. Have you all done this? Like even restaurants, go see their menu. Not that you're going to eat anything, because that's not going to be good food. But you've got 3 hours to kill now, so what to do? So you go here and you look at this, and then you go into the shop and you're not going to buy anything. But you got 3 hours to kill, so you're looking in the shop, what they are selling. You look at the sales assistant. Just passing time, right? Just trying to entertain yourself till you get to the flight. And it's such a colossal waste. And when your flight's delayed and you think, okay, 2 hours, 3 hours, just get through it, don't have anything else to do. Sometimes you're tired and you don't want to sit and do japa or anything. Okay, fine, right? 3 hours you have to spend. You didn't choose to waste these 3 hours. It's circumstances. Your flight got delayed and so you feel almost justified. Now I'm just going to waste it. That's fine. I'm not even objecting to that. I'm not saying sit there for 3 hours and do Hanuman Chalisa. No, you wasted 3 hours because it was beyond your circumstances, and sometimes we brain dead, so okay. But our whole life. That's not on, right? Then I'm going to look at you and say, sit there and do your Hanuman Chalisa. Like, how long are we going to do this? Go here, look at this. No, not interesting. Go there, look at that. Say hello to this one. How long are we going to waste time? With the acquiring of things. Even we buy, how much do we really need to buy? And then new preoccupation, probably not so much this side of the world. Definitely since post-COVID they have something called revenge travel. Have you heard this? I don't think it had made its way to Ottawa. You all seem to be a little bit more grounded here. What is this revenge travel? So in Asia, because we are all very close to each other, people travel a lot. Go visit family for 50th birthday, 40th, any birthday actually. Go visit. Diwali, go to India, come back. 3 days, go India, come back. Because you're close. So you don't think too much about this, right? A long weekend, go sit in the beach in Phuket. They do, all of Asia does this. Then COVID came along and nobody could go anywhere. And now, everyone can once again go. And so, nobody's in Hong Kong. Revenge traveling to make up for all the traveling they missed. This is the same as just keep buying things. I have to go here, I have to go here, I have to go here. Why are you going to Phuket for the weekend? To relax. Because you can't do that at home. Just looking for ways to pass time. And when we find, right, they find so many little trips they can make and budget airlines that they can take them to, and they collect so many pictures and then come back with their magnet for their fridge. And we collect and then think blessed. Whether it's objects or whether it's experiences, collecting isn't blessed. Shankaracharya saying, Adi Sankaracarya ji is saying, it's living in delusion. Who is truly blessed? When there's a sincere wanting in our heart to understand. Which knowledge is considered worthy knowledge? Knowledge that quietens us. Today in the Balvihar session, I gave a Trump example for something. And immediately one kid told me about how Trump was shot in the ear. So now I'm up to date. Thanks to Balvihar. And they're like, who shot him? Why they shot him? And then I'll get all the goss. Full goss now, I'll get on why they shot Trump. And what's the latest opinion of him? And how his vice president is married to an Indian. Yes. India is collecting world leaders. We put one in London, we're putting one in US, putting one in... Is my mind quiet? Do I feel full? More gossip, no? What's his wife up to these days? Or we gain knowledge on stock market. Definitely that doesn't bring peace. Not that all knowledge brings us stress. In the pursuit of, medical science. It's fascinating. The biology of our body is fascinating. It can actually stun the mind into awe. Or we have this lovely gentleman who comes to our Vibhuti ashram who shows us through this telescope all the planets. And actually he's so passionate. He's so passionate about when he's talking. And then, one day they dragged me also. But I really just wanted to go to sleep. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted. But I saw Saturn. We've seen pictures of Saturn. When you see Saturn through this telescope, it looks nothing like the picture. It's tiny. Smaller than my nail. You can't see any colors on the rings. But it was so wow. That the universe is so vast. And this is so many hundreds and thousands of kilometers away and I can see it, and that's why it looks so tiny and it still shines so bright. And then there's this sense of, even though it's so tiny, doesn't have to be only scriptures that makes the mind filled with reverence. Any knowledge that helps the mind see vastness and splendor and brilliance. Sometimes we read poetry. And if you're somebody that has a love for the way words fit into each other, wordsmiths, and you read that poetry and you think, brilliant. And the mind is filled with a sense of awe of intelligence itself. Not necessarily for a person, but the fact that intelligence like this is there. And beauty in the way it's being expressed is there. When Bhagavan Shankara says, knowledge that quietens us, it's not only the 700 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. It's that knowledge which helps us stop. And really, the word is revel. Right? When we understand something, sometimes even just a joke, when we understand it, we want to just revel in it. You know, there's that E equals MC squared that Einstein came up with, which is so famous. How many of you understand it? We only just know it's there. I don't know how bored I was, but one day I decided I should understand it.
Oh God.
And now, thanks to YouTube, there's amazing explanatory videos on quantum physics and scientific concepts, and it's so fascinating. It really is so fascinating. And then you think, wow, he really was a genius. They weren't kidding. When knowledge invokes awe, and for someone who's on the spiritual path, it will invoke reverence. When knowledge invokes the mind to become hushed, either with wonder or with an incredible sense of fulfillment. Like sometimes when you read the words of the poem and it just fills your heart. Like Mirabai's bhajans or one of those Marathi albums. It just fills your heart. Or even a story of a gopi pining for Krishna. That knowledge which stills our mind. And that knowledge which turns our attention away from the senses. In all these examples I gave you, we're not going looking for something to munch on. Right? We don't need to have music in the background. Now, I've seen this scene in movies very often, but I think yesterday, day before, when we were pulling into the driveway, when we got home after one of our classes, this big black car drove past with the windows down and the full music was on blast. Tum, 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 tum. Hand was on the window. I was like, scene out of a movie! Sometimes there is such a need in us to have sensory stimulation. That music blasting so loud in the car, one, it's not making an impression on anyone. There was no one around. They live in suburbia. Sure, if you're driving down the main street of Manhattan and everybody look at me, I'm in my fancy car and I'm in the... But this is, you can just see, this is a need to have the music on. And that music is loud and that music has bass. we have a need sometimes, some of us, and some of us all the time, need sensory stimulation. So having music. Now this guy driving the car had that doom, doom, doom music and some rap song. But so many houses I'll go to, the bhajan is on 24/7. Or the TV is on. What show is playing? Doesn't matter. TV is on. Whether it's news or some documentary about the platypus in Australia and what they are eating. Or then Desperate Housewives or whatever comes on, it just keeps going on in the background. Nobody is watching it, but the TV is on continuously. Some sound should be there. Why? Why this need for sensory stimulation? Or now our kids have these fidget toys. Sensory stimulation. Something they need to do, something keep touching. Most of us are not on the spectrum. We don't need constant sensory stimulation, yet we do. Why? It's a distract from what I'm actually feeling. The constant need for sensory stimulation is a distract from what I'm actually feeling. It doesn't actually work, but they still persist in having it there. We don't realize that things that are in our periphery vision and things that are background sounds go straight into our subconscious. If it's in my direct vision, I consciously choose whether it goes into subconscious or not. But when it's in the periphery of my vision, it goes straight into subconscious. And when it's a background sound, it goes straight into subconscious. Which is why mother's voice goes straight into subconscious. And then years later you can hear her haunting you. It's true. Mother's voice does go easier into subconscious. Sorry, dads, it's just the fact of life. Because she's talking, and you're not listening, and so straight into subconscious. But don't worry, Mom. Subconscious is more powerful than conscious. So you got one on them.
Mom, it's instinct was mouse too.
Yes. Spouses too. Careful. Yes, it's true about spouses too. Go straight into subconscious. When it goes into subconscious, like I just said, subconscious is more powerful.
I'll get the milk day after tomorrow.
No, you might never get the milk because it's gone into subconscious. But subconscious is more powerful. And it's sensory stimulation. So when I have music in the background, I have the TV on in the background. It's sensory stimulation. And sensory stimulation makes us restless, makes us tired. You'll notice if you're watching TV, you're tired afterwards. Actually, you're just sitting there, right? But you watch it. Technically, you think it's relaxing you, but it's not relaxing you because it's sensory stimulation. which is now they have said, because insomnia is a growing pandemic, and they'll tell you, switch off your computer 1 hour, or I thought it was only 40 minutes, before you go to sleep. Because computer is sensory stimulation. Any screen is sensory stimulation. Now sensory stimulation is causing restlessness. It's causing you to be, what's the word? Reactive. We react very quickly to senses because we meant to. If I get a whiff of a smell, I very quickly identify it so that I know what to do. If it's smoke, I should. Yeah. If it's gas, where is it coming from? Or even if it's food that's gone bad, I should know straight away, don't eat it. Our senses are primed to react because it's giving us information about the world. So sensory stimulation will cause reactiveness. It's meant to. Now all this sensory stimulation going straight into subconscious mind means subconscious mind is restless. And then I'm wondering why I'm stressed. This wonderful word, free-floating stress. You've not heard of it? When people tell you you're stressed, then you'll ask them, what are you stressed about? And now they don't know what they're stressed about. So it's called free-floating stress. Means the stress is just floating in there. What's it about? They don't know. What's it about? Extrasensory stimulation. Because you primed to react, but you don't know what to react to. Because it's gone into subconscious and nothing's there to identify to react to. And so you're like, yeah, but there's nothing to react to. Yes?
So the kind of background sound that you're mentioning, is it specific to like some TV kind of thing or some, I've seen some people putting like bhajans.
I said bhajans also.
They're going on the background, some light telecast from Somnath Temple or...
Yeah. Yes, whichever mandir, and it's just there permanently. For a little while, it's okay. I want to have darshan of Somnathji. I want to listen to the aarti. And listen. Have darshan. You know. Even background noise, let's say you're chopping potatoes, not highly brain inspiring job. Okay, have bhajans in the background. But not full day. Full day is not needed. Short periods of time. Then it's okay. Even if it's bhajans. Because anyways, after a while, you're not hearing it. So, remember, spiritual living is conscious living. So, that knowledge, which turns my attention away to sense gratification, because sense gratification is indulgence, and senses, because they are reactive and make the mind restless. We need our senses. Our senses are also a blessing. Really, we can see such beauty with our eyes. We're listening to satsang because of our ears. Senses are a blessing. But overstimulating them is not. And so that knowledge that helps us turn away from the senses, because otherwise the full day we're using our senses to work. We're using our senses to enjoy, we're using our senses to interact with each other. So already our senses are being used plenty. That knowledge which helps us turn inwards or just helps us be quiet. Only when the mind is quiet can we truly appreciate what is said in the Upanishads. You know the story of Katha Upanishad, probably the most well-told story of the Upanishads. But the Katha Upanishad story has become a drama, can be done in form of dance, so much narration about it, movie has been, because you've got this young little boy, Nachiketas, marching up to the Lord of Death. And so it's quite traumatic. And then, if our senses are highly stimulated and our mind is extroverted, then even as we're listening to this story, we're thinking about how to make it into a drama. And how is this possible? And then as the scene is describing all the apsaras that are dancing in the background, we're busy thinking about the apsaras and how they are dancing. But the gist of Katha Upanishad is to stand facing death. There's no drama. Actually, if I think about this, the mind will go still. He's so young, he did this, he said that, is drama. Face death. Mind has to have already been still. So that now when Upanishad says face death, I can face. If mind is not still, I'll get scared. But when mind is still, I won't get scared. I'll look and see. The mind needs to be still for us to be able to appreciate what's being said in Upanishad. Who is blessed? That person who seeks knowledge is blessed. That person which seeks the knowledge of the Upanishad is blessed. That person who has been able to quieten their mind is blessed. We have access to this knowledge. Grateful. To have guidance from this knowledge. Grateful. To have a parampara who has lived it and kept this alive. Grateful. Here, Adi Sankaracarya ji is guiding us to do those things that make us rest. It's this compassion that the masters have, that they want us to enjoy what they enjoy. Having tasted the bliss, love is wanting you to taste it. as a parent, as a spouse, when you taste something really nice, don't you immediately want to give it to your loved one? These grace masters, having tasted the joy of a still mind, want to share it with us. Have tasted the depth and glory of this wisdom, want to share it with